Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDOWorkHereLady, and our first story of the day. I work here. I'm not 10, and I can kick you out. Some short backstory. So this happened back when I was in high school in the 11th grade. I was about 16 or 17 at the time. I always worked with the drama productions, and the only adult working there would be the drama teacher himself, Mr. B. Cool dude. He was actually my teacher at the time as well, so I was getting extra credit for each night I worked. As for what I did, I basically did everything except work tech and actually perform. So that means I cleaned before and after shows, sold tickets and concessions, helped with costumes and hair, sometimes helping with setting scenes, but my main job was being an usher. I manned the door, making sure that only people with tickets, except for a few exceptions like staff, got in and no one sneaked in, as well as helping people find seats if they need help. Sometimes I'm asked to go grab some extra chairs, though we have limited space for that, so I can only really add up to about 10 extra seats. Now onto the actual story. There was rarely ever any real issues that happened when I worked for the drama productions. Sometimes people would be confused as to where the bathroom was or about tickets, but nothing major. However, this night was a bit of a problem. At my school, you could order the tickets online, but when you do so, you get a document, proof of purchase basically, that you need to print out and take to the front where they'll trade it in for an actual physical ticket. Simple. Instructions on the paper in bold too, you can't miss it. Though sometimes I have to tell people, again, not an issue. I tried to explain this to a couple, terrible at guessing ages, but they look to be in their, 30s or 40s, and their young kid, like 10 or 12. But they just kept arguing with me about how we spent so much money on these tickets, let us in now. Dude, the tickets are cheap. They're like $5 per adult. I just kept telling them to go around to the front, pointing to it like 5 feet away with no line at the moment, and trade that paper in for the tickets. They then started to yell about how we're robbing them of money and how we don't want to pay for more tickets. Where are they getting this from? So one of the techs calls out that it's 30 minutes till curtain, so I gotta hurry this up. They're also blocking other people from getting in, and the whole time they're yelling about how they aren't gonna take orders from a 10-year-old and that they want someone who really works here to help them. They don't believe me when I say that I do work here because only adults get hired to do work. Now, besides that latter statement being incredibly stupid, I have to be fair on the first part. I do look incredibly young. I'm only 4'10", and my face can be described as a circle, but I don't think I look that young. The entire time this is happening, their kid keeps trying to get past me to save some seats. Yeah, no. I just keep blocking the kid's way, making for a better wall than a door after all. I've had enough. I'm annoyed, and it's getting close for time for the show to start, and I've got people waiting to be let in, so I just tell them to leave. I don't ask, I tell them to leave. And oh boy, the curses go flying after that. I can't kick them out, I'm stealing their money. They're gonna get me fired for this, blah bitty blah bitty blah. I'm not 10. I do in fact work here. You can't get me fired, and I can and will kick you out. So leave now before I make you. The guy actually shoves me out of his way and against one of the walls, and I figured at this point, he's gotten physical with me first, so it's fair game. Look, I'm smaller than this guy, so I just decided to use my full weight, only about 100 pounds, and ram him out of the doorway and onto his butt on the ground outside. My shoulders certainly hurt after that, and the woman's now screaming at me for assaulting her husband, and the kid's also kicking and punching me, but like how little kids do it. Still hurts, but eh. I simply just grab both of their sleeves and start yanking them away from the doorway and toward the gate of the school and tell the other people waiting that I'll be with them in a moment. The kid at some point bit me, and the woman dug her nails into my arm and scratched it. Both hurt a lot. Now, at my school, we have campus police, and while they're gone after school hours, they do come back during after-school events, like our plays. One of them sees me and jogs over, making me let go of the two. I do, and starts asking what happened. Their story is that I refused to let them in despite them paying for tickets. I cursed them out, attacked the husband without reason, then dragged them away from the show. When I tried to tell my story, they kept yelling over me until the cop told them to shut up. After I give my side, Mr. B jogs over. A tech actually ran and got him, and he asked what was going on. They told him that a child, me, had ditched her parents and was pretending to be a worker and attacked. And he had to explain that I did in fact work there. There's a lot of arguing as both sides are insistent that the other is lying until the cop has Mr. B stay and keep an eye on all of us while she goes and asks around what really happened, as there's still a line of people by the door to the drama room/theater. I did get in trouble with both the on-campus police and my teacher, but because I have no past record of getting in trouble and other adults and techs vouching for me that the man attacked me first, I only got a scolding, as I could have handled the situation much better, and yeah, I could and should have. Which is fair, I'll take it. The couple and kid got banned from the school for the rest of the year, though they kept yelling about how I attacked them first and how we're stealing their money, we're a scam, and a bunch of other stuff I can't remember. They did threaten to sue me, but I was a minor at the time, so I don't think they could do that. Or it wouldn't be financially worth it, at least. I could be wrong about that, but since I'm 21 now and have yet to get a call about being sued, I'm pretty sure I'm fine. Thankfully, I was able to do my usher job fast enough that we started the show only about 5 minutes late. But yeah, Mr. B told me that while he was glad I did my job, that I probably should just get him or have someone get him next time this happens. Thing is, before this happened, Mr. B had told me not to disturb him while he was backstage working, as it was very important, whatever he was doing at the time. And I only had to get him if there was a fire, and that everything else I was allowed to handle myself, except tech. Leave that to the techs. And our second story today. I work here too. I trained you. So I'm a mentor at my work. In essence, I've proven myself knowledgeable and skilled enough in my job that I'm one of the people assigned to teach new employees. I work up front as a cashier/customer service assistant. I trained this girl that either outright lied to me about working retail, Walmart, Target style, not mall clothing, dedicated grocery, or it's very clear why she's starting a new job. Her customer service is atrocious. She snaps at customers, pushes her opinions into how the customer wants to pay, outright ignores them to fuss with her perfectly fine bagging setup. Minimally, we are expected to look at the customer and say something, anything, to ask for a moment. Use the hand scanner for every item despite me asking her to please make a habit of using the regular scanner because speed. Incessantly pulls out her phone to fix her hair, makeup, and take selfies, and is generally rude and snappy to me as well. The list goes on, but those are far more nitpicky things that would take a novel to explain why they're not good qualities in a cashier and generally against our policy/requests. At our store, the customer can put their card in at any time as long as they don't have gift cards or multiple forms of payment. Cashier preference does not matter. All we can tell you is that we need you to wait because of multiple payment forms. I understand other stores the transaction will push through at point of insertion or fail to work, but not here. So anyway, I train her, finish my shift, and debrief with my manager to know where she needs improvement later this shift, next few shifts, as is standard. I'm with this woman for probably 3 complete hours, and an hour broken up due to getting busy and having to help as a backup. By that point, she was capable to remain on her own, but occasionally needed help. So I clock out and do a little shopping. The lights flicker while I'm picking out a brand of granola bars, and I groan, the front's gonna suck. Whenever we have a power outage, even for a moment, we always get incredibly busy because the current people in line get stuck at the front, and the people who'd be checking out 5 minutes from now all hit the front and make it a backed up mess. I considered waiting around for half an hour to let it die down, but instead, I just get my essentials. I need milk, bread, etc., and head up. I'll get snacks later. So I get to the front, and lo and behold, it's not bad. The outage only killed 4 self-checkouts. I get in line and get directed to the new girl by my manager. She's sending people to lanes rather than let it become a tangled mess. I was next. New girl was finishing a transaction. Well, I started unloading and I see the man is paying with a rebate check and the machine is refusing to take it because she's trying to run it as a normal check. I hear my manager behind me calming down a screamer. All the other cashiers are just as busy and no other leader is there to help, so I break policy, off the clock working, and offer to show her how. She snaps at me. "Lady, I will help you after I fix this guy's broken check." We lock eyes. She doesn't recognize me. She returns to destroying this man's rebate check. I unzip my hoodie, name tag still attached to my work shirt, step around behind the register, snatch the rebate check out of her hand just before she shoves it in sideways. Anyone who knows how to use a check reader knows most aren't wide enough to accept a check sideways, it'll rip it up. I back out, hit rebate check, enter the amount, stick the check in, and in my sweetest voice, "Very sorry about that, sir. How else will you be paying?" and return to my place at the customer side. She rings my items through with shame in her eyes that will fuel me for generations. The man pulled me aside as I'm walking to the door and asked if I'm a manager. Me. No, sir, I'm a trainer. I'm also off the clock. Would you like me to find my manager for you? Him. No, that's fine. The embarrassment in her eyes after that show you just made is punishment enough for her behavior just now. I just wanted to thank you. Also, she needs more training. He gave me a silly face as I giggle because, no crap, Sherlock, I thank him for shopping at the store and we go our separate ways. My manager's probably going to have words with me next shift, but I don't care. Her attitude all day, and especially there, was unacceptable. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I'll see you soon.